Hello everyone, my name is Matt Scorpion and welcome back to Destiny 2 with the reset. Now back after the start of the brand new season is officially week 2. Some developments of course in the story, maybe new bobbleheads and other things to explore in the Leviathan, but this video isn't exactly about that. What else has happened? Obviously, Saladin has showed up. They did let Saladin back into the tower for the second week of the season. Whether or not he actually brings pinnacles is to be seen. Now, you have to, in order to even enter Iron Banner, you have to talk to him at least once and pick up this quest. But I believe after its first step of, completing a match in Iron Banner, it lets you win pretty much not long after that. And of course, they did update Iron Banner to have the reputation system that ranks up for, playing, and of course you get iron engrams along like the way of Gambit and Trials engrams that allow you to focus into whatever you want for a cost of glimmer and legendary shards. However, they are not cheap, as each of these weapons are 100 shards and 20,000 glimmer. So if you end up focusing the same or weapons over and over again, you could run dry in your resources, unless you're like me and you have thousands of shards. But of course, they do actually have some roles that they give you for each of the new weapons. The two new weapons being a reprised Wizened Rebuke from a few whatever season it was introduced, a high impact frame energy fusion rifle, and the Hero's Burden, a adaptive frame submachine gun, in case you actually like that sort of thing. But of course, all redone with Skulking Wolf, which I do believe, let's see, did the old ones also have Skulking Wolf? Okay, Peacespawn does. Actually, yes, they all do. They all have Skulking Wolf since they all got redone. But aside from that, it is in time to get into the reset. So there's going to be the usual things this week with the reset. Now, getting into the world. Now, with the Nightfall, it is currently in the Arcadian Valley with the Insight Terminus. What is available right now? Well, it is supposedly DFA. The last time I checked, it was DFA available on the, Light.gg, of course, in case it was wrong, it might not be there. And of course, Long Goodbye is available from the Insight Terminus, even though it's not even still up to par. But of course, moving throughout the rest of the world, nothing new in Gambit. I don't even think they've mentioned any Gambit labs, so nothing there. And for Crucible, Showdown is our rotation 3v3, as well as Iron Banner, which, if I do believe as well, it is currently Rift, if I do forget. With as well, obviously, rank boosted Iron Banner, depending on how much stuff you're wearing. But Rift, to win, score more points than your opponent by collecting the Spark and igniting your opponent's Rift. Think American football. The Spark spawns in the center of the map at the beginning of the match, and after a team scores, drops at the Spark's runner location upon death. Each team has a Rift on their side of the map. Carry the Spark to the opponent's Rift to score, defend your Rift from opposing Spark runners. So, that's how you play it. It's a little more objective than kill focus, so if you wish to do that as well, you can. But going into the rest of the world, let's see. Now, to dart into the Helm for our weekly mission, Legendary Psy-Ops Battlegrounds. But then, of course, into, let's see, the Moon. Let's see, the Castellum is still, Duality is still a thing, and it is Sever, but it still says Shame. So it might not, this one might not rotate as much. Maybe because I haven't, delved upon the weekly things. But the weekly raid this week is Garden of Salvation. You can get your pinnacles from the raid from the old Moon one. And they actually mentioned, I didn't realize this before, but they did make it so that every single pinnacle or every challenge is available. So if you have any need to do any of these challenges, you can stop and do any ones you actually think is worth it. You don't have to do any of them, but you can do all of them if you are so inclined. But speaking of raids, checking legends, we have Vault of Glass around. It's still powerful tier 3, but wait. Can I not even pick Master Mode? What? Okay, well, that's slightly disconcerting. Okay, so I guess Master Mode Vault is not a thing right now. Hang on, let me also check with the other one. I was gonna say what the challenge is, but okay, yeah, I guess Master Vault of Glass just doesn't exist right now. Don't know about that, but aside from that, yeah, it is also Vowed Disciple Master Mode. It is Defenses Down challenge, which I do believe is crap. I honestly forgot what it was. Hang on. Depending on whether or not I've done it yet, I can say. Let's see. Witch Queen, Wellspring, Vowed Disciple, Secrets of the Sunken. No. Looping Catalyst. Defenses Down. Okay, I do think it is Encounter 3, so it's probably the most annoying challenge where the same person can't kill the knight twice with the Dorito or whatever it's called. But aside from that, into the rest of the Throne World for the weekly mission, we have the Communion, where you commune with the European Pyramid to strengthen your darkness power. It's the one that takes you inside the European Pyramid, if you forget exactly which mission it was. And speaking of the Throne World, for Wellspring, it starts off with Attack, with the weapon being Felled Taradiddle. So it goes as follows: Felled Taradiddle on Tuesday, with Father's Sins on Wednesday, with a rotation start back to the auto rifle on Thursday, Grenade Launcher Friday, Bow again Saturday, Sniper Sunday, and then auto rifle on Monday. If you need the rotation for those weaponry, of course, per the usual, a visual aid to help. But then, moving into Eternity, what is our rotations for the bosses in Legend mode? It is Hive, Vex, and Valis to Auric. Now, I do apologize if this is a bit disgruntled in comparison, Destiny being a bit weird in sort of things, but of course, checking on other things. Let's see, it is Cosmodrome for the weekly PsyOps mission, and I am not missing anything else, am I? I don't think so. So that is about the start of the weekly reset stuff, Saladin's here and all of that. And of course, I think there is, I don't think there was a boosted Valor now that I think of it. There usually is, but moving on. The weapons available at Banshee. Now, I will fully stress there was a hotfix that went out, but most of it is fixing stuff in Duality and various dungeons and raids, so don't expect much more stability fixes until Bungie actually tells us. But getting into the other things, spoiler alert, Feeding Frenzy Demolitionist, it's maybe not bad roll, but of course, you know my stance, it's still a sidearm. I really don't care for them. But then, moving in, Percy's D, Stats for All, One for All, two perks that function exactly the same and give just as much benefits. Some people really love Stats for All, but I really could go without it, honestly. This isn't a half bad roll, though. Attack Mag, Chamber Compensator, Fluted Barrel, both of the stability options. No range buffers, though. Then we have Pleiadius Corrector, Outlaw Sympathetic Arsenal, something that functions really well if you want to keep all of your weapons reloaded all at the same time, with options for some pretty good stability in case you need a Solar Scout to bring into, you know, Grandmasters or something for Unstoppable Champions. Then we also have Ogma PR6 in case you need a Solar Pulse. Dragonfly Unrelenting is a pretty solid roll on a... I know this is a good roll on the Swarm. I have a Swarm Adept that has this, and this is what got me through the Hollowed Lair Grandmaster, but, you know, not too bad rolls as well in terms of barrel and perks. Then we have Palmyra, Auto-Loading Chain Reaction, with Impact Casing as well. Now, I would say this is a pretty good solid roll, but of course, you can still make this one yourself, so if you need this one temporarily, you might as well use it until you can actually make one yourself. Then we also have Typhon GL5, Unrelenting, and Spike Nade's good. One for All, not so great unless you can actually get them in less than maybe 2 grenades used. Now, that is basically everything for Reset. I will say that there will be a video covering the bobbleheads, of course, Eververse, and my usual covering of the season. I will still say, though, I apologize in case the quality of the video has, you know, gone down. Visual-wise, I'm still having to use my backup OBS capture instead of my actual one, and my software doesn't seem to handle better quality as well as my, you know, hardwired software recording from my game capture card. But, of course, that being said, aside from my technical errors, my name is Matt Scorpion, and I will see you in the next video.